I look good, I don't even care about that. It's a new year. It's a new time. Really, it's just another day. But as humans, we like to keep track of everything with time and date. So it's a new year, 2014. And I think since it's 2014, what better time to talk about time? Don't get confused, okay? Don't get confused. You see, this video is talking about time in regards to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. We know that Mark Webb has stated, he said that this movie's theme, it revolves around time. He said that the first thing that we see in the movie is a ticking clock. The first scene is a clock. There was a scene cut from The Amazing Spider-Man 1 that involved Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker kissing on a clock tower. And we see in the trailer what appears to be Gwen Stacy's death on the clock tower. If I just made you mad with the spoiler, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, the theme of time. What relevance does this have with this movie? Alright, guys, I'm about to lay out this foundation. You see that time back there? It's 8:49 p.m. and so you guys know that in regards to time, I'm in 2013. Tomorrow is 2014, and I'm filming this, and I know with my computer gonna render, it's gonna take 7 hours to render this out, and the video ain't going up till probably around 12 a.m. So time, just think of time. What is time? It's in the way that we perceive it, or the way that, you know, because humans need to give everything a name. We perceive time, or we give this presumption of time. We say time is past, present, future. So in regards of time, with this movie and the franchise in general, the past would be Peter Parker's parents working at Oscorp. The present would be Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy being together and Gwen Stacy working at Oscorp. And the future would be Amazing Spider-Man 3, 4, all the spin-offs. Now let's delve into this story. Okay, I'm about to start enlightening you, giving you some of my ideas and ideals and everything. And yeah, in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, this movie is centered around time. Okay, think about that. Put that in the back of your mind. Then I'm gonna explain some things. We've heard the writers, we've heard Mark Webb say this, that Oscorp is the center of it all. This movie is about Peter Parker fighting these people, and all these people having one thing in common: Oscorp. Having one thing in common: Oscorp. Again, I'm about to reiterate, I'm about to go back in time, I've been saying for quite a long time that Norman Osborn is the big baddie. He's the main villain, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I really doubt, I strongly doubt that I'm wrong. But, you know, that Norman Osborn is the guy in charge. He is the big baddie. He is the mastermind. Norman Osborn is the person that owns Oscorp. He is sick and is dying. Now we're gonna go back to Peter Parker's parents working at Oscorp. Why did they flee? Remember, the first thing that we see in the Amazing Spider-Man movie is them fleeing. They flee because they fear that their work is gone. We learned in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer that Peter Parker's father caught wind of what Norman Osborn was planning to do with his research, with his work. What was he gonna do? Now, I have my own theory. Now, this could go either one or two ways, okay? I have my own theory. I have a few ways. I'm about to just explain it to you. And then when I do the Norman Osborn video, which I want to do this week, like I said, I'm gonna be putting things together. So I think Norman Osborn was using Richard Parker's scientific work for the kingpins of crime. And when I say kingpin, people like to think of a character, like the character Kingpin, like the big fat dude. A kingpin is the person that's in charge. He's the lead of the crime and everything. So, all right, I think Norman Osborn was using this. He was working with the bad people, like bad guys. He was working with the crime, the people that are in charge of crime and stuff, and he was giving them their technology, giving them funding, and in return getting paid, because drugs and crime, that makes money, you know. And Norman Osborn is a rich billionaire mastermind guy. First of all, this guy doesn't care about anyone but himself and his name. This guy loves money. He's very, very, very just greedy, okay? And he's crazy. If you're greedy and crazy and you're as powerful as Norman Osborn and you want to make more money, and you're crazy, the crime world, the drug trafficking, all of that, you can make a lot of money with that. You can make a lot of money. So this is my idea, and I'm gonna connect this to everything, to time. I'm gonna connect this to time. So Norman Osborn maybe was using the research that Richard Parker was working on, maybe using all of this stuff, the regrowth of limbs, the technology aspects, the advancements, the eye serum, perhaps like an enhancement drug, the symbiote suit to cure ailments, or perhaps, in my own idea though, I think they're going to combine, in terms of symbiote suit, they're going to combine it. They're going to have it when it was an alien life form that came down and Oscorp got a hold of it, they obtained it, and then Richard Parker was working on it, Richard and Edward Parker. That's my own theory, but that's another video. So maybe Richard Parker gets wind of this. He finds out Norman Osborn is using our work, our hard work, for all of the wrong reasons. He's not doing it to better the world. He's doing it to make the world worse and for him to gain a profit. He's working with the kingpin of crime. He's working with the crime syndicate. He's working with these big crime mob bosses. And he gets wind of it. He figures this out, that he's working with all these people. And he's like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm taking my research and I'm going elsewhere. I'm not working for you guys anymore. I'm done, right? And then Norman's, like I said, first of all, this dude is a genius. This dude is incredibly intelligent. Maybe he finds out that Richard Parker knows about this. Maybe. I mean, if he is surveilling Peter Parker, he's surveilling Peter Parker. It doesn't seem like that far of a stretch for him to be also surveilling his parents, the people that worked for him back before Peter Parker was beyond 8 years old. So I'm assuming Norman Osborn knew about Richard Parker finding out. Maybe it was some conflict there. Maybe it was. Maybe, in my own mind, I think the illness that Norman Osborn has is because of Richard Parker. I think Richard Parker gave this, whatever, he somehow got Norman Osborn to take perhaps an early version of the eye serum. Perhaps. And maybe Norman Osborn's body it's killing itself because of the eye serum. If you don't keep taking it, and maybe in this universe. Now I'm not going off of comics that much right here. I'm just letting you know. I'm speculating based on things that I know, things that I think about. I'm just giving you my own ideas. So yeah, maybe Richard Parker gave Norman Osborn some form of the eye serum, and it began eating away at Norman, right? It began eating away at Norman. Richard Parker is like, I'm not giving you my research. I'm not giving you my research. Norman Osborn maybe threatens him. Now, Richard Parker, he knows Norman Osborn is crazy because remember what he says in the trailer. He sees what Oscorp was intending to do with his work. Everything that I said, I think Norman Osborn's working with the kingpin of crime, drug laundering, all of this stuff, having the superpowered baddies. That way he can make more money and all of this. You give the kingpin of crime this technology and stuff. He makes all this money from it. He makes a whole bunch of money from the drugs, from the crime, from all of that, making all this money. Then he got this $1 billion company. He's just making money, just making all this money, right? Richard Parker knows this. That Norman Osborn is crazy. He knows that all this stuff that Norman Osborn is doing. He's like, no, I'm done. And Norman Osborn threatens him. He threatens him. Richard Parker, like I said, knows all of this stuff about him. This guy isn't going to leave me alone. Richard Parker probably, this guy isn't going to leave me alone. Maybe I need to get rid of him, because he's not going to stop. He will kill me and take my research. He will kill me and my family and take my research. Perhaps Richard Parker somehow slips the Oscorp that he created into Norman Osborn's bloodstream. Perhaps Richard Parker tried to kill Norman Osborn with this Oscorp that he created, slipping it into his bloodstream. And his blood, it is killing him. It is eating. His body is dying. This Oscorp is attacking him. Right? This Oscorp is it's killing him. Okay. Now, with Norman Osborn being $1 billion person, this person filthy rich, all this technology, he can fight. He can get, he can get treatment. He can get treatment to stop or to at least prolong his life. He can get treatment to prolong his life, but he still needs a cure. We need Richard Parker's research. We need Richard Parker's research. And Richard Parker is the one that did this to me. Norman Osborn, of course he finds out. Richard Parker is the one that did this to me. Richard Parker, he created this. He can fix it. Richard Parker has the answer. Richard Parker, we need his research. If he tried to kill me, he's obviously not going to give me the stuff. So we need his research. May Spider-Man 1. Go into the house. Get Peter out the way. Oh, it's hide and go seek. Richard Parker, who you play hide and go seek with? And then all of a sudden it dawns on him. Uh-oh. Norman Osborn. It didn't kill him. He's looking for that. He's looking for the cure. He can come into my house. He already threatened me. He can come into my house. He's a threat to me and my family. I'm not having my young son, Peter, die. I'm not having my young son, Peter, die. I'm not having him be killed. I'm not having any of that. You're going to go live with your Aunt May and Uncle Ben. And we're going to leave. We're leaving because this is not safe here for us anymore. Norman Osborn, he is working with all of the crime factions in the country, possibly even the world. Possibly. It is not safe for us to be here anymore. We're gonna leave, and Peter, you're gonna go with your auntie and uncle. That way, just in case Norman Osborn does find us, you won't be with us. He's not gonna be looking for you. He's looking for us. So they drop Peter with his aunt and uncle, and they get on a plane and they leave. We all know how that happens. We all know how that ends. That's the past. That's the past, okay? That's a bit of the untold story. I didn't get to the point why Peter Parker can get, bit by a spider and won't turn into a giant spider. I didn't talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that in this video. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. We'll get to that in another video, but don't worry about that. Okay? That's the past. Time. Remember, time. We are going to assume that Peter Parker's father had to do with the manufacturing of the spiders, of the genetically modified spiders. Okay, they said that in Spider-Man 2 we're going to figure out the creator of the spiders, where the spiders come from. We're just going to assume that's Peter Parker's father. That's part of his long line of work that he did with Oscorp. Okay, present. Peter Parker, he got bit by a spider. Now he's with Gwen. He's Spider-Man. He fought the Lizard. Lizard was a part of Oscorp. Norman Osborn has been missing for 8 years. No one knows what's going on. No one knows what's happening to him because if it came out, oh, I got drugged, I was somebody that worked for me tried to kill me. Why? Because I work for the crime lords and I make all this money helping the crime and the drugs go around the world. That's why they tried to kill me, because I threatened him for not giving me the research that I needed to do. Or the crime people, you know, that's why they tried to kill me, because I was like, you're gonna give me a research, that way I can keep making more money, or else I'm gonna just destroy everything you love. And they didn't like that, and he drugged me with something that he created, and I've been getting treatment, the best treatment possible, but it's not saving my life, it's just prolonging my life, and my life can end at any moment. That's why I've been gone for 8 years, because I'm dying. No, he's just been hiding. He's just been like, I don't want to be seen. I can't let this get out. People will know what's going on. I'm not going to prison. I'm not. The Lizard became the Lizard. Where did he work at? Oscorp. Remember, Oscorp. That's where the Lizard became the Lizard from, okay? Rajit Ratha. What happened to him? He died. Where did he work? Oscorp. Oscorp. Who's been missing for 8 years? Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn. Okay. Peter's with Gwen. They love each other. It's so great. Gwen's father is the police officer, the chief or whatever. And he dies. He's Captain Stacy. He dies. He's murdered by the Lizard. Where did the Lizard come from? Oscorp. Oscorp. Now, Peter he promised Gwen's father that I would stay away from her, because you're right that I bring danger wherever I am, and I'll stay away from her. But he of course he doesn't listen to the promise, and he's still with Gwen. He's still with Gwen. Enter all of these other things now. These other problems are coming, right? These other entities. We have the Rhino. Where did this technology come from? This suit. Oscorp. Oscorp. Max Dillon, where did he come from? Oscorp. Oscorp. Harry Osborn's back. In the past, Harry Osborn and Peter Parker were close friends. But I'm guessing once Richard Parker... What's up, guys? I hope you guys are enjoying part 1. The reason why I split it up, I don't like doing this, but the reason why I'm splitting it up is because it's going to take, like, probably 12 hours to render out everything as one. So I decided I would split it up into 2 parts and then upload, as soon as I upload the first part, upload the second part like after. So I can basically get the video out, right? Instead of having to wait 12 hours for me to be able to record and make another video. Like, that'll halt my video making stuff. So I'm gonna split this video up. That way I can make other videos on the side, stuff like that, and I won't be completely held up by this video. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Stay tuned for part 2. Peace.
Venom 2 million.